Hi, welcome to Energy Star Portfolio Manager, or ESPM for short. Today we'll be showing you how to add a property, enter property use details, edit property data through ESPM. Navigate to the home dashboard and click the Add a Property button located on the top left-hand corner on the My Portfolio tab. You'll be directed to a new page to set up the property details. The first selection required is the property type. It can be done so by choosing the appropriate option provided in the drop-down menu under your property type. For this example, we are going to scroll down and select Office for commercial building. The section below called Your Property Buildings, select one of the three options provided for how many buildings are considered part of the property. If there are more than one, please clarify an exact number of buildings that are considered as the property. For this example, we have 1. The final section of this page requests details on the property's construction status. Here you have the choice between the following three options: existing, design project, and test property. The building that we're adding right now is an existing building, so we'll select this option. Once you've reviewed all the information above, confirm the details, proceed on to the next page by clicking on the Get Started button located at the bottom of the page. You'll be navigating to a new page to set up the property's basic information. In the empty fields provided below, enter the property's name, address, year it was built, gross floor area, and the current building's occupancy rate. Please make sure that the correct units are selected for the property's gross floor area and that parking is not included. If for any reason you don't have the current exact total property floor area, select the temporary value box when filling out the details. Please make sure to edit this information in the future and deselect the temporary value box once you've acquired the true property floor area. The Energy Star score calculations will be affected by this number, so it's important to provide accurate values, especially if any information is to be submitted for official reporting, such as Ontario's Energy and Water Reporting and Benchmarking, or EWRB. Remember that anything with the red asterisk on the left-hand corner is required to be filled out, and other fields are optional. To make things quicker, we're going to fill out the details here and move on to the next step. At any point in time, if you need further clarification, hover over the blue text to get a brief explanation and examples for the terms available. For further explanation on the terms, click on the blue hyperlink text to navigate to the Energy Star Portfolio Manager glossary. Once you're done, scroll down to the Standards ID section. Your property is required to comply with any benchmarking regulations like EWRB. You need to select the appropriate ID type and enter in the number in the empty field next to ID, which we'll explain in a later video. At the bottom of the page, you'll see a final section asking if any of the following apply. Please check off the boxes if any of these statements are true for the property. Your property's energy consumption includes the parking spaces, or if there's data centers or servers that require a constant power demand, 95 kilowatts. Please check off these boxes. If there are any retail stores or restaurants or cafeterias, please check off these boxes. Once you've reviewed all the information in this section, proceed on to the next page by clicking on the Continue button located at the bottom of the page. You'll be navigating to a page asking for additional details on how the property is used. Under the Building Use section, you'll notice 6 property use detail fields. Out of the 6, only one detail is mandatory, indicated by the red asterisk, which is the gross floor area. This should already be filled out automatically based on the entry from the previous page. The rows with the blue star indicated next to the detail's name means that this information will be used to calculate the Energy Star score for the property. Although it is not mandatory to fill out all of these fields, you will retrieve a more accurate score as you willingly provide more details. If any of the values you've entered are estimates, please check off the box in the far right under the column Temporary Value. If you selected the option on the previous page that mentions that the energy consumption includes parking area, you will see a parking use section at the bottom where you need to enter more details on the parking use for your property. When filling out the fields, make sure that the units are correct for the area values. Once you have reviewed all the information on this page, click the Add Property button to save the information and select Continue. You'll be navigated back to the My Portfolio main page and should see a green section at the top congratulating you on successfully creating your property. If the attempt was unsuccessful, you should see a red section at the top outlining the errors along with a suggestion on how to correct the information. Now we'll talk about how to edit the existing property data that we had just entered onto ESPM. You can always simply edit any of the information by selecting the edit hyperlink indicated with the pen icon. For editing the property data, move on to the Details tab and click the Edit button in the Basic Information section, which is located on the top left-hand corner of the page. To edit the property use details, move on to the Action column in the Property Use table and scroll through the appropriate drop-down menu that says I want to for the property use detail that you'd like to edit. It allows you to either edit or delete the use details entirely. This takes you to a page for editing property use details with the same 6 options that we previously saw. Please note that if you change the property gross floor area in the Basic Information section, it does not automatically change the gross floor area in the property use table. As for most of the entries, if there are any errors, you will notice a red exclamation mark next to the data. You can click on the exclamation mark to read the reported error. If you'd like to add another property use type, simply go through the drop-down menu that says Add another type of use and select the type of your choice and click Add. This was a brief overview of how to edit and add a basic property data onto the ESPM platform. To return to the home page at any time, click on the My Portfolio tab at the top. Please check out the next video where we go over how to enter the monthly consumption data for the property's meters. That wraps up our video for today. Thanks for joining.